Goes the record. And there you go.
Hey guys, what's happening? Another episode of Tales from the Barside coming at you live via Zoom.
Woo!
I'm your host, Remy. This is my lovely co-host, Lauren.
Hi.
What's up, y'all? And, you know, we've taken a couple of weeks off recently, and we've been, like, trying to get guests on our show and trying to have fun with it and stuff. And to be honest with you guys, we're super sick of not bartending anymore. It really sucks not bartending. And then coming on here and not having stories to tell, like, nothing fresh and stuff. And it seems like for months, that's all we were talking about was COVID shit. So we're not going to do that tonight. We don't want to bore you with, like, oh, it sucks because everything's closed down. Like, this is our night out at the bar, right? It's Monday night. Normally we would be off work. We'd be out drinking. We'd be going to the bar, going to do our show, then going to the bar afterwards. Like, we used to tear it up on Monday nights when we first started.
Bar, show, bar, after party.
Yeah, absolutely. And
that's literally what our Mondays used to consist of. It was like, meet up at the bar 2 hours before the podcast, power drink. Go to the podcast studio like a half an hour early, power drink. Go inside and actually do our show while drinking.
Yeah.
A couple of shots too. And then afterwards we'd go back to the bar and power drink before they close. And then we would end up at one of our friends' houses power drinking.
Yeah. Monday nights were a shit show for a little while there. And then, you know, it happens. Like, what are we going to do?
It felt like a year,
right?
But apparently it was like 3 months.
I know. That just goes to show you that, like, we had great times and we're still having good times. Like, we're doing the right thing. You know, we're not meeting up in person as much as we would love to. We're not going out to the bars as much as we'd love to. I mean, I don't think there's anything open right now, but maybe like a cold ass igloo kind of place where they've got, like, you know, some funky heaters and stuff like that going on.
Right.
But rest assured, like, we are here for your
even with those heaters and stuff, like the igloos, it's like you
cold.
Can only be with the people that you came with. So,
right.
And I can drink for way cheaper at my house.
Yes. So that's a good thing about it. You know, you got to look at the positives, I guess, sometimes. But listen, rest assured, like, it's the same everywhere.
Yeah.
Everybody's dealing with this. I mean, I know there's some states that are open and whatever, and people are going out, but so this weekend I did something crazy. I traveled. I got the fuck out of Dodge.
Oh shit. Okay.
I did. Yeah. And I was like, you know, people might try and COVID shame me, but I was really safe. I've been safe this whole time for 10 months now. As long as
you're maintaining social distance and you're wearing your mask out in public, I don't care what you do. Just be safe about it.
That's the way I see it. I look at it as
unrealistic to think that you're not going to go to a grocery store. You're not going to go grab something to eat. Even if it is carry out, you're not going to go inside to grab it. You're not going to have someone drop it off to your house. It's unrealistic to think that you're never going to have any kind of interaction with anyone ever.
Exactly. So if you're not going out to, like, a crowded place or a crowded bar where everybody's got their masks off and they're all talking and laughing and hugging and hooking up and doing basically bar shit that we've all done and seen, I looked at it as pretty safe. And plus, when else am I going to be able to fly a round trip to New York City for $75, dude?
Right.
I'm like, yes, let's do it.
Back in the day, I was like looking at trips to Hawaii that were like $100 round trip.
Yeah.
$200 round trip. And I was like, man, I can book it and then just get the insurance that you can change the thing.
Oh, sure.
You know what I mean? And then just be like, okay, book it. Don't go. Cause obviously I'm not going to go during this time.
Right.
But, you know, maybe rebook it out for this same time next year. And I would have a round trip for $200.
Yeah. There's all kinds of sweet deals out there. And so I spent Christmas in New York City and it was amazing. Like, it was fun. It was great. It was not crowded because obviously. Like, it's been shut down.
What was it like over there?
There's not a lot of bars open. There's a lot of shit that's closed, and that was sad.
Are they open for indoor or is it only outdoor?
There's a lot of places like here where they've got the, like, little thing set up on the street, and, you know, like, it's covered but open on one side and then heaters and stuff. So it was cold. Like, I sat and had lunch on Sunday at a place like that, and they turned on the heater next to me, so, like, I wasn't, like, freezing, but it wasn't like a nice dining experience.
You weren't sitting there taking off your jacket and like stripping because you thought it was so warm.
But you know, it was like I had lunch and a beer, and I was in New York City, so I was pretty happy. I absolutely love that town, and I've been there 7 or 8 times now, and it was fantastic. You know, again, the streets are a lot less crowded. Every single person that I saw out on the street outside had a mask on. Everybody.
That's
like
awesome.
They do not fuck around there.
Well, I think that don't they have it set up that if you're walking around, unless you're like completely not near anybody at all, you have to be wearing your mask?
Absolutely. Yep. But like everybody had them and stuff. And like, you know, you see somebody smoking a cigarette or whatever, somebody had it pulled down a little bit. But again, you're outside, you know, and it's like, I've been to New York when it's the hustle and bustle and like there's 5,000 people trying to cross the street at the same time. It was not like that at all. You know, I walked through Times Square a little bit, and that was a little bit busier. You know, there's definitely some stuff going on. It was nice sunny weather. So like there were some people outside and enjoying what, you know, they could of it.
Sure.
But yeah, it was a surreal experience, definitely. You know, like I said, I've been there before and seen it when it's packed. I've been there on New Year's, for God's sakes. Like, not Times Square. I've never done Times Square on New Year's because that just seems like a shit show that I don't want to be part of. Like, I heard it smells like puke and piss, and it's gross because there's, you know, there's like 1 million people packed into Times Square and like no bathrooms around. So, so that was another thing. I was walking around New York and like had already checked out of the hotel, but my flight wasn't until like 5:30. So I had a day to kill with like nowhere to go and a whole bunch of things closed down and nowhere to like go inside really and get warm, you know, too much. But the nice people at the Taco Bell on, I believe, 36th Street let me in to use the restroom, and no questions asked. You know, I was like, can I use your restroom? Like, no problem. Let me
nice, because I had to pee really bad the other day, and I had to go pick up some like Christmas gifts I ordered stuff from Carhartt in downtown Detroit, and then I also went to Pandora to pick up this Pandora charm that my boyfriend's mom wanted, and I had to pee so bad. And they were like, nope, we don't have bathrooms for the public. And I'm like, I get it. But I got to get the fuck out of here because I'm going to piss my pants.
Yeah. It's a horrible feeling.
It was pretty bad. I really had to go. Anyway, continue.
I'm walking around New York going, shit, man. Like, I don't want to go piss in an alley. That's gross. It's disrespectful. You know what I mean? It's like the middle of the day. I'm like, I'm just going to look for a fast food joint and see what's up. And yeah, sure enough, first place I found, Taco Bell. I was like, hey, can I just use your restroom? Like, absolutely, no problem. Came over, did the little unlock code for me. I was like, see, that's nice.
See, that's
New Yorkers
nice.
are nice people. They are. They're good. And then over at Central Park, in the Central Park Zoo, they had a couple of public restrooms that were open too. So I spent a good amount of time just hanging out in Central Park on a nice sunny Sunday afternoon to finish my trip off. Good times. It's a great city, and I felt good going there and at least spreading a little bit of money around because, you know, they're way harder hit than we are. I mean, imagine all those people and all those restaurants and all those bars getting shut down and stuff, and so many people out of work. And then when they do open up, it's just outside seating and half capacity and shit like that. So
and
I was
it's
like,
cold.
Let me go spread some love, you know. Let me go throw these people a little bit of something and have some fun. And it was a good experience. People were really friendly. It was really nice. Took some good pictures. Got a little art done, so that felt good. Like for those of you who don't know, that's like a little part-time gig of mine. I do some photography. I've got a degree in photography. I've always loved it. But I feel like I don't get a chance to do it often enough. And so whenever I go on vacation or go someplace new or even a place that I've been before, I love taking pictures.
I didn't know you had a degree in photography.
I do. I'm bona fide.
For real?
For real, yeah. I mean, it's an associate's degree, but it's a photography degree.
It's a degree. It's more than I've got.
I completed something. I got a cap and gown and everything.
It's not a certificate.
Got my technique down and everything. Don't be tickling to nothing. So yeah, that was cool. I taken some good pictures, and that always just makes me feel better. It's like I got to create stuff. If I'm not making martinis and creating drinks, like I want to be creating some sort of art. I want to be out there like making stuff,
Yeah.
doing things.
Yeah, I miss bartending. I miss doing stuff. I miss seeing new people. I miss being yelled at by customers. I miss my boss sneaking me shots. I miss getting in trouble. I miss all of it. I miss sneaking out to dance on the dance floor with somebody.
Right?
I miss everything about it.
It's not the same, man.
I miss hearing the same song 3 times in one night.
Like, really, DJ? Really?
Right.
You
played it too early, so now you have to play it again because everyone's requesting it. And like,
right.
I just miss all of it. I want to make it back to that one day.
I do too. I miss the hustle and bustle, man. The like, when you're just slammed, but you're really in the groove and you're taking care of like a million people at once, and everybody's like, they're not overly happy because they've still got to wait, but they can tell that you're rocking it and they appreciate it. That always feels great to me. When people are just like, this girl, they know what the fuck they're doing. Look at them. Like, stand back, let them do their thing. Holy shit, you got it. You're like, I'm gonna get you all drunk, I promise. Like, that's what I'm here for.
I haven't forgotten about you.
Well, I got you. Pointing to people, give them the nod, and they give you that look like, finally, it's my turn. It's a feeling of power, but like when you wield it correctly, it feels so good, right?
I agree.
You're like,
I did have a girl like once get in my face about like, she walked up and like I saw her and she was kind of waiting patiently and everything, and somebody else walked up next to her and I was like doing like a sweep of the bar kind of thing. Right. And I knew that I was going to be able to get to her in the same time because this one guy was like, I just want one drink. And so I was like, well, what's the one drink you want? Yeah. And I was like pointing at her to be like, you're next. And as soon as I took that guy's drink, he was like, what the fuck, bitch? Fuck you. I've been sitting here forever. And I'm just like, okay, I was literally coming to you. And she was like standing there cussing me out. And I'm like, the thing is that I would have made her drinks first.
Sure.
You know what I mean? I would have like gotten her out of there and everything would have been fine. But she didn't wait to find out what I was doing with that. You know, I could have been like, okay, cool story, bro. And then taken her order, you know what I mean? Yeah. But she didn't even bother to like wait to find out whether or not I was doing that. So that's fun.
Impatience. Oh, so here's a fun story. I don't know when the last time you flew was, but you've obviously been in an airplane before, right? Mm-hmm. Okay. So when you fly, and this goes out to everybody out there, I really want everyone to pay attention to this. When the plane lands and it pulls in and they like dock up with the fucking hangar, right? If you're at the back of the plane, there's no need to stand up and get your shit. It's not your turn yet. They're going to
you're like
empty
the last
out.
One off.
Right. Or the middle of the plane. If there's people in front of you, don't worry about standing up out of your seat. Like if you want to stand up and stretch your legs or stretch out, like I get that. We're all kind of antsy, but to like grab your shit out of the overhead compartment and then move up the aisle and stand there waiting for everybody else in front of you. Now your ass is like in my face. Right. So I fly back into Detroit. To New York, it was fine. A few people stood up. It was no big deal. But flying back from Detroit, everybody gets up as soon as we dock and starts grabbing their shit down. And I'm like, where are you going, bro? I'm like, we're going to be at least 5 to 10 minutes waiting in line for the people in front of you to fucking get off the plane. Now you're standing right next to me. It's the middle of a pandemic. Like, why don't you sit your ass down and just chill for a minute? And of course you didn't. You just gave me a look and shit like that. No, the guy behind me with his 2 little kids that kept kicking my seat didn't seem to care either. Whatever, man.
Nobody.
I had a great trip.
Safely.
I had a great trip, but the end of it was just like, oh my God, like I want to get off this plane so bad.
How long is the flight?
It's only like an hour and a half.
That's not bad at all.
Yeah, no, it's really not. It's you get up, you get to cruising altitude for a little while, and then you come back down. But seriously, like be a little bit more patient. You know, if you're stuck in traffic, you know, there's no sense in tearing your hair out and laying on your horn. It's not helping anything. If you're in a plane and it's about to let the people who are up in front get up and get off the plane, and then the people behind them will go. And you stand in a line before? Like, have you ever done this?
Right. You've never done that at all? You ever stood in line before?
I guess not. Some people, man.
Pete.
Or
no,
yeah, like
some people are stupid.
When you're standing in a big long line and you're like right on top of the person in front of you, like, dude, back up. I promise nobody's gonna cut in between you and me. I won't let them, okay? But don't breathe on my neck. I don't want to feel. Oh.
Especially now when it's like, keep your fucking distance. Yes. Like that's what we've been saying for the past 10 fucking months. Keep your distance.
I will kick you, and then I'll jump off on the top rope and I'll fucking Macho Man give you a flying elbow there.
I share a birthday with Mr. Macho Man.
It's the best, dude. That's so cool. What a birthday buddy to have. We need to get you some Macho Man glasses. We really do. Like maybe next birthday.
And a bunch of creamers.
Yeah. The cape.
I can just produce them randomly.
It's a big macho, but a macho woman cape.
Yeah. I need lots of fringe, a cape, glasses, and creamers. That's where we're at in life right now.
It's the little things. So how was your holiday? Like I spent Christmas in New York. How was yours?
It was good. My family did like a virtual Christmas.
That's cool.
So it was, we did a Zoom meeting. All of us went around and dropped off our Christmas gifts like to each other the days leading up.
Uh-huh.
And we did it like they drop it off outside and you wave from inside, and sure. My stepmom even took a picture of me like in the window, so she stood in front of the window and was like,
That's cute.
So we're very, very cautious. We're not kissing and hugging and being next to each other and stuff, but I got a lot of stuff that I wasn't expecting to get, a lot of stuff that I really appreciate, a lot of stuff that was really fun. Mostly in my family, we do like gifts for like the kids, like the little kids.
Sure. Yeah.
And then like the adults will get, a couple of gifts. I got quite a few. I was actually shocked at how many gifts I got, but, just anything at all is really nice. And I appreciated it. I unfortunately didn't get anything for anyone. But I'm also like the only one in my family right now that doesn't have a job. So I mean, like, sorry.
I think everybody kind of understands those of us that are like super less fortunate this year because they haven't been working for whatever reason and
right.
furloughed or laid off or whatever. It's understandable, but it does, like, once you get to a certain age, when you're a kid, it's all about you. But then you start learning that like it feels really good to like get somebody a gift, and it's not about the money. It's just about like, hey, this made me think of you, and I love you, and so here you go. Like, I have a gift for you still. I have to give it to you.
I know. And that's the thing is like, even with like the gifts that I did get for people, like, because I got like my boyfriend some stuff and, just stupid stuff where it's just like,
Sure.
I just appreciate it. I got him functional and he did the same thing for me, which I really appreciate because I was like, I don't want anything that I'm just going to like hold on. I don't need any knickknacks. I don't need collectibles or anything like that. I do love Sailor Moon collectibles and stuff.
Right.
But at the same time, I was just like, I don't have money to buy myself a pair of winter boots. I don't have money to buy myself some new leggings, and I have to wear leggings for, work and for school and like whatever. Yeah. And so he got me a couple of pairs of leggings and a really nice sweater and some boots. And I got him some work boots and a nice work shirt and a vest, like a vest for, like riding in and stuff like that. Like, just functional stuff.
It's definitely not necessarily the year for like extravagance and no, it's definitely so I can remember so many years in my 20s and 30s, like the most exciting Christmas gift would be like new socks and underwear from mom.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God.
And that's the thing is my parents were like, what do you want for Christmas and stuff? And I was like, clothes.
Yeah.
I want underwear, I want socks, I want sweaters and comfy pajamas. Like, I just want anything that I can actually use. Like, this isn't the year. Like, I don't care about, in years past, I've been like, I want an Instapot or I want a crock pot or I want shit like that. And I was like, I'm fine. I just need clothes because I've got the COVID-20 going on. I've gained a little bit of weight and, I'm just like, I just need stuff that I can fit into.
Yeah, it would be helpful to have some clothes that I could fit into. I'm with you. So I get back from my trip last night, and my brother and my nephew that I'm staying with, they were like, so we got you a Christmas present. I was like, oh, that's so sweet. And I gave them a little knickknack that I had picked up in the city for them too. So talking about extravagant gifts, this is what I got.
I love it.
It's a super, super soft, real deal Care Bear, little Care Bear, pink with rainbows. Because like my brother's always making fun of me for being such a hippie. You know, it's like I'll post something sensitive on Facebook or something loving, and he's like, "Shut up, hippie." And so he's shopping with my nephew, and he sees it. He's like, "Oh, Uncle Remy will love this." And my nephew's 15. He's like, "What? No." He's like, "Trust me, dude." I'm like, I love it. It's freaking awesome. Like, so cool.
Okay, so in my group of like my cousin, okay, so I hang out with my two cousins, Christine and Lindsay, and our like best friend that we share is Stephanie. And so we're all like, we all only hang out with each other. And okay, so I was at Lindsay's house and we were having brunch. So I drunkenly was like sitting there talking to my friend Stephanie about games we used to play when we were little, because she collects, and her entire family, I guess, collects like board games.
Okay.
So when we go over to like my cousin's house, that's all we do. We play board games and we play cards.
Right.
So we're talking about board games we used to play when we were little, and I called my sister because that's how, like, oh my God, what was that called? It was, you know what I mean?
Right.
And there was this game that we used to play when we were kids, and it was like pre-Guess Who, and it was called Who's It? And it was like the 70s version of it, and it was like a board where it had everyone's like pictures on it, just like a flat board, like a board game.
Right.
Pictures on it, and each one had like a thing that you could, like, you held cards that said, you know, are they in a yellow room? Are they in a red room? Are they smoking? Whatever. You could only ask the questions that were on the card. Where like with Guess Who, you can ask whatever questions you want as long as it pertains to whatever. And some of the characters in the original one, you like, it was like you had to lie, you always lie, or you can only say no, or you can only say yes, or you can, you know what I mean? There was like certain stuff like that. I could not remember for the life of me what it was called. And I called my sister and we both were Googling for like 25 minutes, and she sent it to me. And that's what she got me for Christmas, was the original Who's It? And the thing is that I'll probably never play it because it's actually a really boring game, because there's not a lot to it.
Gotcha.
It's maybe for like children.
Yeah.
But the nostalgia and the fact that her and I used to play it when I was a kid, and you know what I mean? It was like, I loved the gift.
Who knows? Like, sometime you might be babysitting, or, you know, you might be like, somebody else's kids are around. You're like, I got a cool game to pull out.
Yeah. Oh, no, I know, because my cousin Christine, she has two children. I think one is 7 and one is 4.
Sure.
And I was like, because they always want to play with us when we're playing board games. And I'm like, I'll bring that over. They can play with that. It's a game they haven't played before. And then we can play our adult games.
So I have a board game that I haven't played yet, and I'm dying to, but I need to brush up on it because it's a Golden Girls game. And it's it's Golden Girls trivia game. Yeah, dude. It's amazing.
My God.
Hold on a second. I'll show you. It's called The Golden Girls Any Way You Slice It. And you collect little pieces of cheesecake. That. It's freaking amazing, dude. So I haven't played it yet, but I've seen it. I've pulled it out. And it's like intricate. It's kind of like Trivial Pursuit. There's a whole bunch of different rules and cool stuff. Like collect 8 pieces of cheesecake to win.
Okay, so is there like a demo question on the back? I want to hear it.
Okay, well, so I've opened it so I can pull it out for you. Like, it's got coasters, it's got cards, it's got pieces. Like, this is a real deal awesome game.
How many men did Blanche sleep with?
Yeah, exactly. Like, through the run of the show. And, you know, you get to, the characters
There's no way to know.
The characters are little cardboard things that you stick in so they've got like pieces to move around.
I was dope, just talking to my teacher about this, is that, okay, Betty White has been old, like an old woman, for like over 40 years.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
And she's a robot.
An old woman for like 40 something years.
She's a robot.
Still a dish. So there's meme cards. And again, I haven't played it yet, so I don't know exactly how to play. There's dating cards, there's trivia, and then that's it. Memes, dating, and trivia. But like, you know, the memes, there's a bunch of great Sophia ones. You know, I passed the kidney stone once that was less painful than this. Like, I mean, just classic.
I love
so
it
yeah,
already.
we when we can get together and do it safely and all that stuff, we'll definitely have a board game night and play the Golden Girls. I think you have to kind of watch the show. I haven't seen the show.
Well,
it's not that I haven't seen it in years. I've seen it, but like I haven't watched it regularly in years to where I've memorized all the episodes and will be good at it.
Okay, there is a game that I used to play when I was a kid too. It was called Nightmare. Did you guys ever play that or know it?
That sounds really familiar.
It came with a VHS.
Yes.
And like it was like a blue, it was like a cemetery. Okay. And you had these little coffins that you had to write down like your biggest fear, and you put it in the middle. Everyone shuffled them up and they put them in the middle. And then you had your little headstone, and you had to like go around the board until you could get all of your keys, and then go in and you have to like blindly pick out your nightmare. Otherwise you don't win and you have to start back over. And the VHS that came with it was this guy called the Gatekeeper. And he would get like progressively more and more like decayed as the game went on. It was a 1 hour long game, and he would tell you what to do. And they would have like little mini games where it'd be like, the youngest and the oldest in the group have to roll the dice, and whoever gets a 6 first can move, and the other one is banished to the black hole. Or, you know what I mean? It was like stupid stuff like that. And he would like make you come up to the, he'd be like, come closer. And you would like get close to the screen, and then he would scream at you and then banish you to the black hole. Like, I was petrified of this fucking game when I was a kid. Hated it. And now I just found it for the first time in years and years and years. And I was like, dude, I have to get it. I have to.
And I can't find a VCR.
Yeah, exactly. There's got to be a YouTube video of it by now.
Oh, I'm sure.
There's got to be.
Yeah, you could just play it with the YouTube video, which would probably be better quality. They still sell VCRs though. You can still get a VCR for sure.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, you could actually. They stopped making them. We actually talked about this on our show. I think it was a year ago. Like the last manufacturer stopped making them. But yeah,
oh wow.
Yeah, I'm sure you can find one somewhere. Yeah. I mean, DVD players are $20 at this point. So yeah.
Exactly.
Oh yeah.
I had a DVD VHS combo player for a while.
Oh shit.
Those are the worst.
Had a bunch of old VHS. Yep, that was great.
Because one of them always sucked. One or the other was always terrible. Like if I had the TV DVD VHS all in one unit. And that was like, you were just waiting for one to break, and because then you just threw the whole thing away because you were like, it's not worth trying to get it fixed.
Can't use the TV. Can't use the DVD player. Can't use the VHS.
All this crap.
I mean, I have a reel-to-reel still, so do you guys know what a reel-to-reel is?
Yeah,
I do know what a reel-to-reel is. Oh yeah. You're talking to a couple of captains of the AV club over here.
Pretty much. Well, it's like I said, when I was cleaning out one of the random boxes of technology that I have, I love that I found my old, and this is, dude, I don't even know why the hell I still have it. I have a pager. It was an alphanumeric pager that when I turned it on is convinced it is still June of 1993 because there isn't even a network available for it to connect to.
Oh, that's
hilarious.
Funny. That is great.
I love that.
I remember having a pager. Thought you were so cool when you got that first pager, man.
Beeper.
I was pissed when my sister got a pager and I didn't. I was so pissed.
So you guys call them beepers. We call them pagers.
Yeah, beeper.
And I think it was like East Coast. Yeah, it was like they were pagers. Yeah.
Right in boobs.
Yeah.
That's right. Oh, is it 5318008 boobies?
Yeah.
Boobies.
Or if you wanted somebody to call you back right away.
It had to be 911. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, 911.
Hey, the good old days when you had to find a payphone to make a call to call somebody.
We had a baby, eats a boy.
The funny thing is, doesn't matter how many times you paged the weed man 911, he'd just look at it and laugh. Like, hurry up and wait, kid.
Although actually, it's one of the cool like technology initiatives, and I don't know what they've done with it this year. This is obviously life before COVID. There was a company that was putting in, like if you said, "Hey, I've got an open wireless network that you can hook into," they would put a fully functioning like they took old school payphones and like revamped the inside so that like people could use them to make calls, and that could like make voice over IP calls using your wireless network.
I want that.
Cool. People love nostalgia, man. I knew a guy, I lived down the hall from a guy when I was downtown Detroit, and he had restored an old 1920s payphone, and it was beautiful. I mean, like the wood, he like repolished it and varnished it, and he connected it, and it was his house phone in his apartment.
That's pretty sweet. The one they have in Nancy Whiskey is friggin' beautiful.
Yeah.
At Nancy Whiskey?
Yeah. I don't know if the phone is still in it, but it's still, the booth is still there.
Okay, because they have a booth with a phone in it at the Civic Theater in downtown Farmington. I don't know if the phone still works. I just know that they used to have the booth, and if you close the booth door, the light would come on.
That's funny.
And then it would say like in use on the outside, and then the light would come on the inside, and they had like a telephone in there.
The good old days.
Yeah, I mean, when people think about public payphones, those of us who are old enough to remember like public payphones and stuff, they weren't as cool as they were way back in the olden days. You see the old movies of like the reporters all running for like the line of like the wood booths and stuff.
Dude, like Superman.
That. Yeah, exactly. Going to a payphone booth. Just the phone with like the cut cord hanging out by McDonald's with like a bunch of graffiti on the side of it is not what we're talking about here. That I'm not nostalgic for.
No.
No, the old
or the germs
stuff.
on the fucking phones.
I tell you what, I went out to a very nice brunch this weekend, and I had a Sazerac, which I hadn't had in quite a while, and it was real. Fantastic.
I didn't know places still make Sazeracs.
Oh yeah, well this was a French place, and it was super fancy.
Oh, okay.
And so yeah, I had quiche and a Sazerac, and man, let me tell you guys, a little rye whiskey, a little splash of cognac, and some of the the real old school absinthe, and then sugar, a little bit of sugar. Easy drink to make, but man, it is so freaking good. If you like whiskey drinks, I know some people don't appreciate the whiskey. They don't really go for ryes and stuff like that, but this has got some other flavor combinations in it. Man, it was one of the best drinks I'd had in a really long time. I was like, man, I miss doing this. Miss going out.
I don't want that.
It was very cool too. It was super socially distanced. It was like you were indoors, but there was big giant doors on either side, so plenty of fresh air coming through. And then each table had its own partitions set up in between it, so you were like in a little bubble. Yeah, like they should keep this even after COVID. Like this is kind of nice. I'd rather not be squished with. So you could tell that like you'd be sitting really close to people in normal times, but the partitions made it nice.
Yeah, I'm a huge fan of the memes that are like, when COVID ends, I still want some of you to stay like 6 feet the fuck away from me.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, actually.
For real. There's some things
that.
There's some things that we can just like fold into society, and like that's just the way it is.
It can be part of the new normal. I'm good.
That's funny.
That's not going away. Yeah.
Speaking of memes, we should talk about another type of liquor, or alcohol rather. Twisted teas.
Oh yes. I got a feeling that that's going to be a real popular beverage for the next couple of months. For sure.
I heard that they're like their sales went up by like 30-something% or something based off of that.
Oh, people are dumb, so of course they did. I mean, that's why wouldn't? Yeah.
Right. Well, it's, for the same reason that people stopped buying Corona beer at the beginning of the summer.
Right.
It's the same reason
Twisted tea is single-handedly fighting racism.
Oh, yeah, that's right, dude. That's why I love that. I did that screen cap of the poster right above yours that was like all across the nation right now. Twisted tea reps are like, so do we run with this?
Yeah, you do. I mean, look at what Ocean
You get
Spray did.
advertising and marketing like that. Run with it
Run
for
with it.
sure.
Look what Ocean Spray did for Homeboy on the Skateboard. You know what I mean?
Oh,
like,
that's true.
they got him a truck and they filled it with cranberry juice and they made him a spokesman, and like they jumped on that, dude. And as
I would
any
too.
good marketing exec would.
Look at Burger King 20 years too late, basically doing the ding, fries are done, ding, fries are done.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
They finally jumped on that 20 years later.
If Twisted Tea knows what's good for him, they'll give that guy a year's supply and like a new car or something. Like, you've got the money, you can do it, and just make a feel good story out of it and whatever. And talk about how your Twisted Tea as a company is against racism. That marketing department just got like
it pretty much
given a
writes
golden
itself.
goose.
Yeah,
Exactly. Just
they got
so
the golden
another cool
ticket.
thing. The dude, the star of that little internet sensation video, his wife is in one of the bartending
bartender groups. Yeah,
I saw that.
Yeah, and so she's like saying hi to her, like, yeah, it's me, it's my husband, like things are crazy. I'm like, oh, that's so cool. Like, good for you. Got your little.
Well, I want an update. Did he go to jail for doing that, for like assault? Did
I hope not.
Did dude end up breaking his face? Because that'd be fucking awesome.
The picture that I saw of him the next day with the knot on his face, or maybe that's an old picture, I don't know, but the way I see it is, I watched that video and I'm like, he handled that 100% correctly.
Yeah, fucking
100% correctly,
dude. It was so funny. Well, like one guy was like, and then he like held off and he like wasn't gonna do it. But then when the guy tried to when he dropped it and he tried to like kick it out of his hand or whatever, that's when he turned around and whacked him. And I was just like, oh my God, it was worth every second of watching that. And yes, I repeated it 14 times.
Oh yeah.
Oh, and there's remix after remix after remix with music laid into it now. It's just absolutely amazing.
The Dave Matthews Band one is pretty good.
Yeah,
I'm loving every second of it. I'm living for these memes. It's better than the moth to lamp thing. Oh, yeah. I'm like I'm living for it. I am seriously following it on a constant. I love
the memes are lit. Well, and I love how like I'll see people like, what is this? What am I missing here? I'm like, how have you not seen it yet? Like, it's everywhere.
Like the day it happened, it was like the first 4 things on my feed when I loaded.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, I guess I should watch this, says Facebook.
Yeah, and I'm like, who goes on Facebook and is like, hey, so what's this big viral thing that I'm hearing about? Like, dude, just Google. You've got the device in your hand. Just Google it.
Probably don't even have to Google it. Just check the comments of any of the things that you saw, and somebody has got it listed there. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know why I have to explain social media to people still, and like how to work it.
Right.
But
I'm still asking questions on social media. What are you doing?
Right. I'm just like, what is going on? Especially when people ask like dumb questions that are easily like something that you can find on Google. Like easily something you can Google.
Figure it out, bud.
Oh, that's been I am trying to bring back LMGTFY.com. Which is let me Google that for you. And so what it does is it lets you create a custom search for something, and then you paste that link into like whatever response you're going to respond, and it brings them to this big giant graphic that says, hey, let me Google that for you with the
That's excellent.
I want that. I think that should definitely be a thing. Oh my God.
Needs to come back.
That's funny.
But so my whole point about the Sazerac is like, now I need to get myself some absinthe and some rye and some cognac so I can make my own at home. I think that's going to be a thing. Yeah, I think that's going to be my drink for the next month or so.
Do you get the minty absinthe, or do you get the licoricey absinthe?
The licoricey one, yeah. It actually tastes like fennel to me.
Fennel.
Oh, I love fennel. Fennel,
I like licorice.
Not Fennec, not the bounty hunter from Star Wars. No, but fennel.
What? Not that.
My parents used to grow fennel in the backyard, so like as a kid, I would pick it and just like chew on it, and it's a great flavor to me. Like, I've always loved it. It's not quite like the nasty black licorice, but it is where that flavor comes from.
It's not.
Yeah.
It's like absinthe is not as bad as say Sambuca.
Right. I prefer
Yeah, I
absinthe
can't.
over
I've had
Sambuca.
absinthe. I can't do Sambuca, especially black or white Sambuca. I can't do.
No.
Yeah, I can do them both.
Nope.
I can do all
Hard
that stuff.
pass from me, my friend.
There's
I can't
honestly
do
like
that.
the one thing that
all right,
I
let's be
can't
clear.
do.
It's not that I can't. It's that I choose not to.
Yeah, I refuse to. Yeah.
And bear in mind, I have never tried Malort before, so that
Ew,
one's
you
off
haven't?
the table. I have never tried it. No.
Oh my God.
I
Please
know.
don't
We'll
ever.
change that. I'm sure I
Don't
will.
do it.
But what I can't drink is I cannot drink Southern Comfort. Cannot, will not. Can't stand the smell of it. Can't stand the taste of it. That
Is
stuff
it because you tried it before and you didn't
Yeah,
like it, or is it because you?
It's because
like,
I got sick on it when I was like 16.
Yeah,
Yeah.
nope, can't do that.
Get a Malort.
And
Malort
it's
tastes
awful.
like
anyways.
burnt erasers.
Yeah, it's gross. It's gross.
Y'all are grossing me out already.
I'm sorry. We started talking about nasty stuff.
It's not enjoyable. But that would be the official drink of 2020. Let's be clear.
For
Oh
sure.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's the entire fucking state of 2020.
2020 is a mixture of Malort.
Malort is a whole
And
ass mood of 2020.
It is. So it's Malort mixed with Southern Comfort and some cheap scotch and orange juice. Like,
Ew.
And the crap stuck in the drink rail.
And some Sambuca.
Gross.
You can chase it with Sambuca.
Right.
Hard no.
Yeah, that's my jam though. The point is with a Sazerac, like you're mixing all those things. So like it's just a very little tiny bit of the absinthe. Usually they do a rinse. It's like they'll rinse the glass in absinthe and
Rim
then they
it
make
and
the
dump
drink
it.
in it. Exactly. Yeah.
Story of my life.
Yeah, mine too.
Oh Lord. We've gone south of the border now.
Literally and figuratively.
So I was actually having a conversation with somebody last night. You know what's friggin' insane?
What?
Tiger King was like 9 months ago.
You know what? That is insane, actually.
Still haven't seen it.
And nobody and the whole Trump impeachment thing was just the month before that. Like that was this year. Kobe Bryant died this year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That seems like 5 years ago.
There's been a lot
that does seem like 5 years ago. This year feels like it's been forever, but it moved very quickly.
Well, remember when there was protests every single day all summer long? For like 3 months straight. Yeah.
It probably actually wasn't 3 months. It was probably like 2 weeks, but we were just so bored with life that we were like, were like, it was 3 months of this.
Yeah, no, it's quarantine. Right. Dude, I remember sitting on Zooms with hanging out drinking with people with the TV behind me on and or one of the stations. I actually had 3 different browsers going with Fox channel 2, channel 4, channel 7 with their live streams, and I would screen share and sit there and bounce between them while we were MST3King the comments.
Yeah.
I remember some Zoom calls.
I remember a couple.
Just a few.
Just a couple. Don't remember a lot of them.
and they're making a comeback.
They are.
I remember being on a lot of them. Don't remember what I did or what I said or.
That's okay. We've got screenshots. We're good.
We got screenshots.
We took a screenshot.
We got full on whole ass recordings.
It was fun. It was our night out at the bar, and you didn't have to worry about Ubering or driving or spending too much money. Just go get a bottle and join the fun. Hang out with all your friends.
Yeah.
Well, that's why everybody's like, oh, are you doing anything for New Year's? Are you having people over? I'm like, no, I'm probably going to be sitting right here in this chair on this mic with Zoom open, and we'll see who wants to join. It's going to be that kind of night. I want randoms. I want old friends. I want new friends. I want the Venn diagram of my life to just come full force. That's what I want.
Yeah, why not? Why not? This is normal for me now. Just being in my room. I haven't even done my makeup or hair the past 2 weeks
which is that's insane for you.
Yeah, Yeah, it is. It is. I normally am like full face. Hair
shit.
done.
Was it Friday night? You were a little bit snarky with your cousin because she hopped on in like full club, ready to go makeup, and you were like, "Bitch."
Yeah, I was just like, "Oh, okay. I didn't know that we were going out." Well, because normally we would be at the studio with you, and we would go out afterwards,
or you two would be together,
or
at
we're
her
together.
house, yeah.
And that's the thing, is we would do our makeup anyway, because that's what we both are. We both do our makeup and do our hair. But I've been like, what's the point? This makeup is expensive.
Right?
Yeah, why waste it? Yeah, why?
Yeah.
It's
So I can hang out with my friends on
and
Zoom.
once I get off the podcast, I'm gonna shower and wipe it all off anyway.
Right, so yeah, no offense, viewing audience, but why waste it? Like, why?
Yeah. I mean, I'm still pretty cute.
Exactly. Everybody comments on how cute Lauren is anyways.
Yeah, please send me some comments about how fucking
send her some comments and some love. Keep it clean, fellas. Keep it in your pants.
I mean, keep it relatively clean.
There you go. Get dirty with it. She just gave you the red light, green light. Red light, green light.
More of a yellow. More of a caution. Proceed if it's safe to go. Safe to do so. Yeah.
I mean, if they listen to the show a couple weeks ago, they already know what happens if you send her a dick pic. So, like, I mean, you're playing with fire if you go down that.
You're just gonna get them all back. Somebody, I can't remember who it was, but somebody was just like, "Oh yeah, send this person a dick pic," and I was like, "I've got a whole bunch of them I can send you. I've got like a fuck ton of dick pics I can totally."
Then it became a thing. Like, you get the whole file.
You get literally a file.
Like, there's the dark web that just isn't being talked about, is that there are girls out there just sharing folders of dick pics with each other.
Yeah.
Just in case they're needed.
I've shared every one of them at least with somebody.
It just boggles my mind that so many guys still do that.
Yeah, me too, especially since I've never been like, "Yo, can I get a picture of that?"
Just never.
Skinny ass dick.
I've never understood that being a thing ever. I
must have skipped school that day when they taught everybody how to do a dick pic, because I never learned. They didn't teach
what
it.
Class is it that you learn dick pic angles?
It definitely wasn't history of photography.
Is that like, I was gonna say, is that like health class / art? Like,
because we were talking earlier about how I've got a degree in photography.
BRB.
So I was talking about photography school. I'm like, yeah, I don't think there was anything in class about that, but I love the fact that they're thinking about making it crimes. Unsolicited dick pic is a crime that can be prosecuted and stuff. And like,
there actually was somebody, I want to say it was in New York, that was using the airdrop feature of iPhones. Okay. And was just like randomly dropping dick pics into like anybody that was nearby's phone.
Right.
And one of them happened to be a minor who
like, what are we talking about?
So there was a guy in New York who we were talking about, like, people randomly sending dick pics and how it's going to be criminalized. I'm like, well, there was a guy in New York who on the subway was using the airdrop feature that iPhones have, and was just sending a dick pic to anything nearby that would that accepted the connection. And one of them happened to be a minor, but I think she was 16, if I recall correctly, who immediately like grabbed one of the transit cops or something like that was in the whole thing, and they basically locked the car down until they found out who it was, and the guy got prosecuted for sending pornographic material to a minor.
Good.
Whoops daisy. That's what you get, bro.
Like, good. Don't be a creeper. Don't be weird. Okay.
Exactly. That's what
don't be a fucking creeper. I don't understand why people think that's okay. Don't be a creeper.
Ways to deal with you.
Believe me, if I want to see your dick, you'll know. Okay.
Yeah, you don't strike me as the shy type. Like, I'm pretty sure.
We'll straight up be like, let me see it.
Let's see it. I think that's 95% of women out there are like that too. They're like, I'll let you know if I want to see it. Like, I'll let you know if I want a picture of it. How many of them are solicited? Like, not very many.
No, that's why the only dick pics I ever hear of are unsolicited dick pics.
Exactly. But I love the gag where it's like, as soon as it gets sent, they're like, thank you. This has been forwarded to the local police office and blah, blah, blah. And like, you know, so-and-so has been contacted. They're going to tell your mother about this, or, you know, like, you know, when they use it as a way to fuck with somebody to get them like, oh shit. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. Oh, I take it back. I take it back. Like, no, too late, buddy. You screwed up.
Our good friend Nick says, that is totally not a constitutional way to investigate that, but I hope that dude rots, and that is sick. So I agree with that, Nick.
A good point. Yeah, I think we can all agree.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
Fuck that guy.
Nobody's asking for your dick.
Not literally, but
yeah, just.
No, I mean, you know what? What happens in prison? Let it happen.
Exactly. Nobody's stopping that.
That was a funny post I saw earlier today. Somebody was like, what songs would you not want to be singing in prison? What's a good song to not ever sing in prison? Somebody's like, Rape
I
Me by
wanna
Nirvana.
kiss you all over. No,
Right.
never.
Rape Me by Nirvana.
Yeah, Rape Me by Nirvana. Not a good ballad to be singing in the showers in prison.
Maybe don't.
Yeah, it's Raining
don't.
Men. Probably not a good idea.
It's Raining Men. Oh my god.
Oh,
well,
boy.
we've reached the end.
These are a few of my favorite things. Probably not.
Yeah, right.
Soap drops in showers and no, I'm just that.
Perfect.
99 lost balloons.
I will say this. I am patiently awaiting some emails to our email address, which if you want to send us an email, it is barsidetales, TALES, @gmail.com. Send us some of your stories. Send us stories of shit that you've done, shit that you've seen, overheard, stories that someone else fucking told you. I don't care. We won't know the difference.
Send us anything but dick pics. Anything but dick pics.
Don't send us dick pics, because then I'm going to have to post them on our page, and I feel really bad for you.
And reply with a whole file full of dick pics
and an entire file of dick pics.
You don't want that.
So make sure you guys contact us. I have a couple of them in there. I am reading them. I'm trying to siphon through them and get them prepared to actually read them on the air. So please keep sending them. I'm really excited to have them. I don't care. You can send me a love note too, or send Remy a love note.
I like love notes.
Yeah,
I'm a sensitive guy.
How much you hate us, how much you love us, whatever.
I have a good heart.
I've got a big heart.
I care.
Nick also says that Remy, that background is the cream of the crop.
Oh, thanks, brother.
All right, guys. Thanks so much for coming on and talking to us and having a good time with us.
We're going to see, we might have a very special guest next week. Stay tuned for that. I'll be promoting it if we do. And if not, you'll at least see our lovely faces. So you guys stay safe out there. Have a good time. And we'll catch you next week.
Bye.